And so I was quiet
The whole ride.
as I normally am because I'm hot. I don't want to say anything disrespectful. I don't want to say anything out the way. So I just stick to what they tell you when you're a kid. When you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I didn't. And then we get to the restaurant. I'll let you take that part.
Okay, so we get to the restaurant. First of all, let me back up and say, I apologize. I didn't just cruise through his feelings.
It felt like a cruise through to me.
So it felt like a cruise through to him, which he didn't mention or express. But to me, I already knew it. I knew I messed up. So knowing him and all the years that we've been together, I know that there's like a minor up and then there's like big ups. And this was one of a big, this was a big one for us because he had taken the initiative to plan it out on the time that he had alone. He had a night to himself the night before, and he planned something for us. So just the consideration of and the thoughtfulness behind it was a big thing. So I knew I messed up. So I knew that coming into it, because I did mess up, I already knew that his mood was going to probably be this way for the rest of the night. So in my head, I'm like, all right, I don't know how this is going to go. We get to the restaurant. Well, we're driving to the restaurant. He's quiet. 45-minute drive. That's a long drive to be quiet. So here I am asking questions, trying to feel the conversation out, just still trying. He says nothing, or minimum, very minimum. Cool. All right. So we get to the restaurant. We're walking. It's raining and cold. And so we get there. Attitude still hasn't changed. Get out of the car. He normally grabs my hand. None of that. Walking with me. None of that. Walking in front of me the whole time. Still not saying anything. And then we get to the restaurant and we're there for a good maybe 5 to 7 minutes. Sitting, good vibe. I called ahead because I knew. I was like, well, let me just go ahead and try to see if I can make a reservation so that we wouldn't have to wait as long. So we did. So it was a smooth process. Sitting there, restaurant. He goes to the bathroom, comes back. And then he's like, I'm really trying here. I'm trying to do something different. I'm asking you. He started asking me questions. He's asking me questions. He's like, I'm really trying to do something different.
Because normally I would just the night would just be screwed like it. But I am trying to do something different, and so I was like, okay, well, let me, I had a little pep talk with myself in the bathroom, like, bro, you gotta step out of this. You gotta get out of this mood. You can't continue going forth doing the same thing that you used to. You gotta try a different direction and start something different. So I started trying to make small conversation with her, but then she wasn't saying anything. So I'm like, okay.
The small conversation for me, I think the biggest thing is when he told me that he was trying to do something different, and then asked me if I didn't know, asked me if I noticed that he was trying to do something different. In my mind, I was saying, no, I didn't notice that you were trying to do something different because your behaviors are identical to the ones in the past. You still are not talking. You gave me the quiet treatment the whole way here. You're walking in front of me. You're not being yourself. So you're acting funny the whole time leading up to the restaurant. And then you get to the restaurant and want to talk. And I'm like, no. It doesn't work that way.
But see, it doesn't work that way from her. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm trying not I recognize what I was doing. And I said, okay, in the moment, let me not continue doing that. Let me make a left turn here and try to do something different.
And I appreciated that from you.
Funny way of showing your appreciation.
I appreciated. I told him, I said, you know what? I appreciate you trying to do this, but I want to help you to understand that your behavior leading up to this moment, for me, has my guard up. So for me, I'm thinking like, well, you're trying to change it now. We already in it. Like the night has already technically been messed up. We don't have to continue on this route, but for you to just think that I can just switch my emotions back off, or change them based on you wanting to change in that moment, that wasn't conducive for me.